Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. It's time for us to talk about Love Island Beyond the Villa. We definitely got to talk about a few things, okay? So, first of all, Jeremiah and Chris. So they're getting their haircut, they're over there chatting, they talk about Friendsgiving or whatever, and then y'all know Jeremiah brought a damn paper towel and decided to leave, okay? Okay. Yeah, so he asked what to be anyway, honey. So Chris says, I got a chance to talk to your bestie, which is Andreina, and I think that she really likes you like that. He said, yeah, that's true. I mean, she do, and I do know that she likes me like that. However, I really think that we have a great friendship, and because of that, I don't want to jeopardize that friendship at all. And I understand, okay? I understand. Andreina feels like, listen, I think we have a great friendship. And she's like, I wouldn't mind keeping the friendship, but I also would not mind getting to know each other a little bit more. You feel what I'm saying? I think that Jeremiah is scarred. I think he's at a place where he like, I gotta protect my heart, three stacks, like because these Love Island people is something else. I said, I know that's right. Okay, at least that's what I'm thinking in my head. Okay. Um, I think they would make a cute couple, but if the friendship is good, you don't always have to turn friendships into relationships. Okay. And I kind of commend him for not wanting to take it that far, but I also feel like Jeremiah, you can't have it both ways. You have to be very clear. Either this is going to be a straight friendship or you're going to see if something is there. Cause I don't think that that's fair. While he's sitting up there saying, he don't think it's fair to her to lead her on and all this and that. It's like, what you think you're doing if you over there trying to, flirt with her, kiss on, touch on her or whatever. I'm not gonna say he tried to kiss her, but I think that he was like more like touchy feely or something. She was saying, pick a side, sir. Pick a side, because then I feel like you're gonna be teetering the lines of being a F boy, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Now let's talk about Amaya and Brian. I do want to get into them because she didn't understand why he made things exclusive only to not take them serious. So before we get into really the conversation, y'all know Amaya and Brian were dating. Supposedly, they are the winners of the show. They ended up breaking up or whatever the case is. She didn't like how the breakup happened. They have yet to talk and they're finally about to have that conversation after teasing the conversation. So she says that she didn't understand why he made things exclusive only to not take it serious in the end. And he says that he felt like they got thrown into a whole new world, which they did. Which they did. You go in the villa, don't nobody know who the hell you are. You come out the villa and now all eyes are on you. And you're being scrutinized. Things from your past are starting to resurface. So I'm sure it's a lot to deal with. And I do feel like with the fan base, they get a kick out of and I really feel like it's a lot of y'all new fans, high key. They get a kick out of saying the most worst things that they could possibly say to people online. Man, it sucks. But either way, that's what's going on. So she pretty much asked him like, "Yo, did you really like want to be exclusive? Like, did you ever want that?" He like, "Yeah, I did want to try. I did want us to be exclusive. Like, I want to ask you that if I didn't want that." He just pretty much was saying that it was just a lot going on. And I just had a whole lot going on mentally. Right. And she says that he wasn't respectful to her or anything like that. Right. And he thought that he could come out of the villa and still be on the same stuff that he was on before the villa. And it's like, no, okay. You thought that you was gonna be able to hang out and nobody was gonna be paying attention to you. That may be what you're talking about, but also if you came into the villa single and you leave the villa with a person that you're in a relationship with, you should already know that you can't operate like that if you have asked somebody to be exclusive with you. But you thought that you was gonna be able to ask her to be your girlfriend, be exclusive with her, and be out there and do what the fuck you want to do and not nobody catch your ass. Okay. So either way, I feel like when you got made her your girlfriend, you should have expected to move differently outside of the villa, whether people were watching or not. That's the short answer, okay? It is what it is. So Amaya says that she tried to save space, as we all knew, down to the damn reunion, tried to make everybody think that they were good and that they talked about it and everything was well, and it really wasn't. But we could tell from your body language. Like Amaya, I feel like the people know when you be on your BS. Okay. So she says they were supposed to be a unit and he left her hanging. Right. And then she says, for you to break up with me right after we had sex, like that also is a problem. And he said, well, I was masking a lot of things. I had a lot of thoughts and things that were going on in my head. I was dealing with a lot of stuff. I wasn't forthcoming, and that's my fault on how I was really feeling. And I guess he was just going along for the plot, child. But either way, he says that to him, sex is something that is sacred. is very sacred to him. And when he made the decision that they should part ways, it had nothing to do with the sex at all. At least that's what he said. I don't know. I feel away. I feel away. I think Amaya has a right to feel away with you, Brian, because you were feeling hesitant and all of that, and you still move forward with fucking her. So I don't know. And then it wasn't, and I don't know, maybe, you saw how serious it got too. Like once since it's so sacred to you now, after you smashed her, you probably realized like, oh shit, like it's gonna be more serious than what I probably was expecting it to be at this point. Maybe things got serious more quicker. And that does happen. Like when you kick it with a person and then, everything is going smooth. And then when you guys cross those sexual lines, I don't know. I don't know what the switch up is about, but there is always a switch after the sex happens. And I don't think that he was really prepared for that switch after it happened. Okay. The reality set in apparently, and then he decided to leave, but whatever. He says he reflected on the hate because I think she talked about her experience, and then he said, "Yeah, I got a lot of hateful DMs." He said, "I'll never forget one where a person told me to cut vertical and not horizontal." He said, "I'll never forget it." As he's talking to her about his feelings and him doing wrong by her, his voice is getting a little shaky because I remember I was letting it play, and then I walked off. I came out like, "Girl, is Brian finna cry?" Girl, I'm looking around like Nene Leaks, like, what is he finna cry up in here? What's going on, Brian? Okay, he was getting very, very emotional. And that's when Amaya decided to take to the comments to let people know, listen, I do not condone this hate. All right, if you're gonna be a supporter of my child, she said, let me learn something from Huda. Okay. If I ain't learned that else, let me learn what to do and what not to do. And let me go ahead and get up here and tell y'all, don't do that. Not in my name. If you're a supporter of my child, we don't do those type of things over here. You ain't finna cost me my deals in my life around here because you trying to tell somebody else apart. Stop it right now. Okay? That's what's going on. But let me finish up and see what else is going on in this episode. So I'm watching Taylor and her sister pick up Clarke. Okay, I'm sorry, not Taylor and her child. Y'all see, I know they get this all the time, but I'm watching Clarke and her sister Jordan pick up Taylor at the airport, and I'm glad to have these two on the show. I think they bring a different energy on the show. I know a lot of us are like, they got a bunch of the B cast, girl. Y'all know A cast wasn't finna be around, not after damn Ace exposed to damn production. Not after he done exposed production. Y'all know that wasn't for to have his ass around, girl. Okay, Olandria is like, child, to me, it's giving bigger than the program. Okay, I'm sorry. The people gonna be mad, but it is giving she's bigger than the program right now, honey. So my ma'am, she wasn't finna be on there. Okay, maybe they could have had Shelly on there. Maybe they could have fixed the relationship with Ace and probably had them on there and explain why these two are no longer together or something. But y'all knew none of the A cast was finna be on here. Y'all know Olandria and Nick weren't finna be on here either because I don't care what nobody talk about, they not together at all. I think they are the best of friends, 1000%. Are they in a relationship? I do not believe that at all. I think they may have tried it at once upon a time. And I don't think Olandria wants a guy right now. I think that she just want to mind her business. Okay. I mean, if they do link up and do a little whatever, whatever, that's on them. Right. I feel like Olandria, yes, Olandria, she is focused like she's supposed to be. Period. Okay. Nick will be there. He will be there. Okay. But either way, it's giving bigger than the program. Y'all know they wasn't gonna have all those folks. So for them to have Taylor and Clarke on the show, I do like it. It brings a different energy. And I think they're super cute together. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of the people that did not fully see it. I saw that they were cute. Okay. Definitely cute individuals. I saw they were cute, but I felt the way about Taylor because he was like not being 100% authentic with Olandria. Okay. So I didn't like that. So I was like, I didn't really care about him and Clarke for real. But in this setting, I think it works for sure. I don't think Clarke knows how to drive, and I think that's okay. A lot of people in America don't know how to drive. Girl, the people on the road is crazy. Okay. It's just what in the world of Uber, everybody ain't gotta know how to drive. I guess it would be good if you did. If you don't, I'm not gonna judge you for that. Um, because the way she got in this car with her sister after picking this man up. And I guess her sister was coming to a stop. She was like, like her sister driving, like, what they doing? Taylor got Clarke. She got so scared, and she said, "Oh!" She let out the loudest scream. Like, what the like, girl. I said, yeah, I don't think Clarke know how to drive yet. I'm not gonna judge her because I don't know what that was about. Because once she asked her sister, hey, can you take me to go get Taylor? And she was like, I knew that was coming. And then you get in the car and your sister driving and you screaming. Now let me tell you, I can see you grabbing the wheel or like grabbing the side. You know, you with somebody that may make a sharp turn. You got to grab the handle like, this be tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to brace yourself, like pushing on the seat at the pushing on the floor of the car, like, let me brace myself. They be scream. Do you hear me? I'm on the floor. I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so we're over here watching Pepe and Chris. I'm sorry, not Chris, but Pepe and Brian have this conversation about how things went with he and Amaya. So he gave him the rundown, say everything was better. The elephant that was in the room is now gone. We can exist in the same space. Everything is great. How do you feel about having this conversation with a few people that are feeling a way about you? And so Pepe is like, I can talk to anybody. I ain't got no issue with nobody. You know, I like how you and Amaya were able to sit down and have your conversations. I'm willing to do that with TJ. I'm willing to do that with Jeremiah as well as Iris. Like, it's no hard feelings for me. I don't mind doing that. He says, but Hannah disrespectful as hell. Like, I would not talk to nobody or approach nobody in the same way that Hannah did me. Okay, so I ain't really trying to have nothing to do with her. Like, Hannah made herself look a fool. And honestly, Hannah gave, I miss Pepe. I want Pepe back. I feel a way about Pepe. She wanted attention from Pepe. Because when Pepe said, you still talk about me or still hit me up and type shit, yeah, yeah, I believe it. I believe it, ma'am. I sure do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He wants to have like an honest conversation, genuine conversation, not all that extra shit that Hannah was over there doing. And he's saying that he ain't got no issue with nobody. So we'll see, child. So Amaya is getting ready to move out, and her daddy over there being a bit emotional because that's his baby girl. You know, he wants her to be careful, wants her to be safe, doesn't really want her to grow up, but no, she has to spread her wings, and she's excited about that journey. So while her dad doesn't necessarily want to let her go, we got Taylor sitting over here talking about how he ain't really trying to go to no damn North Carolina because he wants land. First of all, Taylor, you could get land in multiple places, honey, not just damn Oklahoma. Be clear. However, he has his family's land. Now, in my personal, what I think they probably gonna have to do in the effort to meet both of their plans, I guess, y'all probably gonna have to live 10 minutes away from the city on a plot of land that Taylor owns so he can go and piss on the damn land whenever he fucking feel like it, okay? That's about the only thing that makes sense, okay? Find you a little piece of land right outside the city. But somebody is going to compromise, and I'm looking forward to seeing who that person is going to be because I don't see them leaving each other no time soon. It makes sense as of right now with him being in school. If she wants to be out there in LA, he in Oklahoma, they'll have to figure it out, make it work, because even if she wasn't in LA, she would have been in North Carolina and he would have been in Oklahoma. I would think that she's a bit closer to him being on that side, right? Of the coast versus being over there in North Carolina. But we'll see how that's going to play out. I feel like Taylor, you should, you should spread your wings just a little bit. Taylor wasn't once upon a time earlier on when who was it? It was like three of them. It was it was Nick. It was Ace, Nick, and Taylor. Wasn't Taylor talking about coming to LA at some point? I thought he was thinking about relocating or something. But now you focus. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Nick that was thinking about coming from Florida to LA. But I don't know. Good luck to the people, child. Because I understand Taylor wanting to own land and stuff. I completely get that. So, I mean, we'll see. I have to say, as I watch Brian, Bella, and Chris all in this speak easy, which was kind of cool, this thought came to my head. And I said, the Love Island people be picking some very attractive people for this show. Good job. When I saw Brian walk in his spot, I said, Brian is so handsome. Then I thought about Pepe and I said, okay, Chris is handsome. Jeremiah, y'all did a good job. The ladies are beautiful. Good job, people. I'm going to give y'all that. I'm going to give y'all that. Okay. So while the three amigos are, at the whole speak easy, they're deciding they want to do like this group trip or whatever it is. They reach out to Iris. Iris said, I mean, I'll go, but I'm not really talking to Pepe. Ain't nobody even Okay, girl, that's fine. Call Pepe. Pepe done send that straight to, straight to voicemail. Somebody he up there having to sit down with the Uber CEO. And they said, well, what you over there doing that for? Baby, I'm trying to get as many brand deals as I can. Why is you I'll call you back. Okay? I'll call your ass back. Anyway, child, that's what's going on. Okay, they done brought my girl Kayla on the show. Crying Kayla has entered the chat. Okay. And of course they're talking about their experience, Amaya and Kayla. And Amaya says, oh, me and Kayla, we go way back. We met in October or something like that of 2025. I said, girl, it's that way back. Girl, Amaya is a character, but both of them are. All right. They're talking about their experience and having to film with an ex and everything. And it's like, Kayla, make sure when you talk about Aaron and how it was a shit show, make sure that you were also showing your ass that you were a part of the shit show as well. Okay, girl. Anyway, we also learned that Amaya is dating. She has a whole new partner that's been around the whole time, but they didn't get together until she got a little bit of the fame. And then now that she done got the fame, he's saying he don't want no parts of the damn fame. He want to be low key. Okay. And I don't really fault him for that. I do think when it comes to relationships and you being in the public eye, I think some things should be kept private. Some things should be reserved for your damn self. Well, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if the people do know who you date, I feel like it's okay, but they ain't got to be all in y'all business at the same time. But also with the space that Amaya is in, it's difficult with these people. And Amaya, let me tell you something, girl. You think you keeping that man quiet, but people gonna find out who he is based on the tattoos. So really, you came out better having you a private finster. If it was that, you came out better not even following the damn man on social media. But the way these fans be saluting, they will find out who your man is. Okay. Um, and that's just that. But I do understand them wanting to protect their relationship and keep it from the public eye, the way that the people will tear into and find something. You feel what I'm saying? Very much so, something. All right, to complain about. So that's what's going on with Amaya. All right. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm kind of sick of Iris ass. I'm just not gonna hold y'all. I'm tired of this Iris Pepe shit. But we do see where Brian goes and sit down with Iris because of course Chris invited everybody out to hang out and all of that. And so he talks to Iris about his conversation with Amaya, how well things went. She's like, look, I'm glad things went well for y'all, but don't ask me SHI about no damn Pepe because I'm still out at that place yet. You know what I'm saying? Pepe gonna have to answer some questions for me, baby. I don't know if he ready to get into it. Some of the lies and things that he's told me about TJ, this, that, and the other, he gonna have to address that. I'm glad that things worked out for y'all, but don't be expecting that same situation to happen with us. And then you got Brian going to the confessional. I'm realizing now that, what all I went through with Amaya versus what he's going through with such and such, oh my God, it's very much different. It's so different. I guess it's like, Brian, shut your ass up. Shut up. Because I feel like both of these people fraud as hell in my personal. How you sit up there talking. I'm not saying Pepe is the perfect person, but I'm damn sure saying TJ and Iris ain't. Okay? Anyway, child. Baby, Amaya sitting down here with Hannah, baby, and she over here talking about Brian, how they clear the air, everything is all good. She think it was a bit of regret there because his voice was shaking and he was getting to crying and stuff like that. And she says that she feel like Brian about ran out of some damn money and was like, shit, he ain't got no more money. He should have played his cards. Okay, it's like I'm in between. Amaya, girl, don't hype yourself up too damn much, okay? But then at the same time, like, nah, bitch, she could be right. I'm like, she could be right. At the same time, is he feeling like he fucked the money up? Now he can't re-up. Ran up in his spot just to get my stats up. Now I'm back on deck. So, shawty, what the fuck you want? I heard you talking shit, but this ain't what the fuck you want. I'm on the floor, okay? Girl, maybe he did fuck his money up. That is correct. Maybe so, child. And he came over there. He need to apologize. And you know what? You may be right because it's probably more to it than just trying to make sure that we're cordial amongst the damn group. Okay. And Hannah feel like, Amaya could have been with anybody. And the only reason why he really won the show was because he was partnered with Amaya. True. Because be clear, I wasn't finna vote for Nick S because I wasn't letting go shit about how Nick was operating earlier on in the damn Villa High Key. But even though some of y'all switched up, and y'all almost got me though. Y'all almost got me with Olandria. You know what I'm saying? Because my girl's still winning anyway, period. Okay. Um, but I feel like if they would have won, Nick and Olandria would have won. It really would have been because of Olandria, honestly. So I can't disagree with Hannah that a lot of these people be winning because now see, big. Let me hold on now. Wait a minute. I'm thinking about Cordell and Serena because I love me some Cordell from day one, boo. He was so innocent and sweet, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying? And Serena definitely got on my nerves at times. Right. But I just love them together because it was so genuine. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people voted for Cordell and Serena because of Cordell. Right. But then we also, quite a few of us liked both of them. So yeah. But I would say majority of the time, I feel like some of the guys win because of the girls. You know what I'm saying? Because of who you partnered up with. But on the Hannah not fully wrong, with her commentary on that as her ass was wrong for approaching Pepe, period. So Clarke and Taylor talking about the next move, the next steps. Y'all know Taylor can't go anywhere because he's in veterinary school, but he's also from Oklahoma. Whereas she's trying to split her time between going back home to Charlotte because she's trying to help out with the cheerleading team there, and she's already established, right? And going to LA because she wants to achieve more opportunities over down to LA, and that's where it's at, right? So she's feeling conflicted about splitting her time between those two. And Taylor like, well, what about Oklahoma? Just Oklahoma? Like what's up with that? So she's having to figure that out. I don't think it's really just F Oklahoma. Okay. She loves being up under Taylor. I think she would figure out a way to make it work. But Taylor not wrong when he like, okay, but if you go to LA, like the price in LA is completely different than it is in Charlotte and Oklahoma. Like the price is much, much different. I think that Taylor maybe try to convince her to likely move to Oklahoma and maybe stay in the city in Oklahoma potentially. But that's not where she want to be. I do think if she were to go to Oklahoma and live in the city there and get her high rise and all of that she wants in Oklahoma, I mean, flying out, I would assume from Oklahoma to LA would be much cheaper, I would think, versus flying from North Carolina or yeah, all the way over to LA. From Charlotte to LA, I feel like that would be more expensive. But I don't know, but Taylor ain't wrong. Like it's gonna cost a way more living out there in LA. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, don't be trying to get in her psyche, trying to psych her out from doing it because it's gonna be expensive. You know what I'm saying? Based on how she's set up, it may not be that expensive for her at all, and she still wants to dabble into cheerleading. I believe she wants to be a judge, I guess, for nationals or something like that. So she may consider getting certified or something. But when you're trying to be a coach in cheerleading or do anything like that, you can work anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You could work at any of these places and establish a cheer camp or something like that. And being that Clarke is on this show, Love Island, I think she has a lot of these eyes on her and attention and stuff. I think it'd be really easy for her to start her own like cheerleading camps. I think that's what she should do. Start doing cheerleading camps where you come in and you assist people in their cheerleading camps and fix their posture, structure, whatever it is or whatnot. And then branch out from there. That's what you should start doing. You know how people be having like dance classes and stuff? I think she should start doing cheer camps, maybe week-long cheer camps or something like that. Partner with the gym, maybe get with a cheerleading gym that will let you come in and create some little camps or something and then go from there. Yeah, you think about that. Just a little piece, but they'll figure it out, y'all. Hey, y'all, I couldn't be on a show with Hannah. I'm not saying I would run off in her, but the way if I was on a show with Hannah would definitely I don't even know how to say it, but she just know she wouldn't like me. Okay, the way I will have to call a thing on her ass. Understand? They'll have the girl with my dark complected ass, dark complected black ass. Do you understand? Baby, they'll be like, "Oh, Jamie, we're gonna have to sit you out for a sec. Baby, you're gonna have to time out, time out, time out. You're gonna be suspended. Come been and snapped on her. It's okay because understand, not, no, it won't be too harsh, but I would have to tell her about her goddamn self. So Charlie, y'all know he's returning, he's coming on the show. And he kind of talks about how he didn't understand the treatment that he kind of got from Hannah when I guess they were locked in, they were cool. He didn't really do that to her, but you feel slighted by Pepe, but you're treating Pepe better than me type thing or whatever. So he's feeling a way about that. At the end of the show, Hannah is talking about, yeah, I was coupled up with Charlie, but can we stop treating it like it was a fucking marriage? Did you want me to cry all day? Yeah, ho, we did. Girl, yeah, you the one First of all, ma'am, okay, girl, ain't nobody tell you to go and get his photo, cry all over the damn villa and lay up there with his photo, crying your damn eyes out like that's the only nigga that you've ever loved, that you wasn't with for a very long periodically time, only known the man for about a week and a few damn days, likely. And you over here showing your ass crying all over the place. It is not fair. It's not fair. Oh my God. Like, girl, ain't nobody tell you to do all of that. You chose to do that. You the one that acted like it was a marriage. Then now you want to come down to the people talk about some damn, can we act like it wasn't a marriage? No, you first, ho. You first. Okay? You first with your disrespectful weird. It's like, girl, I would have had to tell him about her damn self, girl. Okay? You showed your ass. You the one had that man thinking you was more into his ass than you really damn was. Okay? Knowing that you just wanted to get your little piece of rocks off. Whole time you was in the villa, I'm not gonna judge you for wanting to get your rocks off here and there, girl. But damn. Girl, she's annoying. But anywho, I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Let me go ahead and wrap this one up. I'm Jamie, that's me. I'll catch y'all in the next one, child. Bye.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.